Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be drawing, like I said before, we're going to be drawing the characters from My Next Life as a Villainess All Routes Lead to Doom. So the first person I'm drawing today is Nicole. Now Nicole, by far, when I rewatched the show with my roommate and I, we decided that Nicole was the best guy out of all of them. We just liked his cool, mysterious vibe. We thought his personality was much better than all the other characters. So needless to say, my roommate ships Nicole with Katharina more than anybody else. So let's talk about the drawing itself. So Nicole was pretty easy to draw. I wanted to capture that mysterious vibe, but also, make it look very regal, very fancy. They're from noble men and noble ladies, so I wanted them to look like noble children. So we have Nicole at basically a side pose for the body, but 3/4 view for the face. The colors for Nicole wasn't that difficult. It was a little specific, so it took me a while to get the color dropping right, but once I did, everything came out the way I imagined it would be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just doing his eyes right about now. I'm putting in the background, and I based this background on one of the endings for one of the seasons, so I hope you like it, and I'll do it for the rest characters too. Stick around to the end to see the final product. Okay, so the next person on our list today is Keith Clays from My Next Life as a Villainess as well. Based on me and my roommate, I like Keith better than my roommate's second choice, which is Olin. But I just really like Keith because he's basically a goofball. If he didn't have like the kind of sister relationship he does with Katharina, I probably would have shipped them more than Nicole. However, because of that sister relationship, it kind of makes it a bit awkward in a sense. But I do like Keith as a character. I find his goofy side, especially now that the story has changed completely. Because if you watched the show before the Keith that we know as an audience, he was pretty much a playboy that just slept around with many women. But Keith's character changed because of Katharina changed, which made it much better to see like the whole 180 turn on his character. So for Keith's character, I wanted to give him more of like an expressive look. I want him to look basically surprised, maybe a bit shocked and angry at Katharina. So that's what I did. I also added the same circle background that I had for Nicole, and I put little earth dolls in his circle instead of a rose. And that's pretty much it. The next person on our list is Olin from the same anime. This is my roommate's second favorite choice, but for me, he's more of a third favorite choice. He does give the tsundere kind of vibe, which I don't hate, but I also was like, it could be a bit better. But he is a pretty nice character. I kind of do like some of the moments where he doesn't know that he likes Katharina, but you could tell that he does like her. I kind of also like the fact that he's quote-unquote the black sheep of the family, or that's how he feels, but we all know that his brothers really do love him. It's just that some of them show his appreciation a bit differently from others. For his outfit, it was kind of difficult to do because I wasn't sure exactly how the scarf fell on his suit, so it was kind of difficult to draw that. For the most part, I had an easier time with his pose than the other two because his pose is more generic, I gave him a bit of a judgy face because he always has that kind of competitive judgy face whenever Katharina does something very out the way. I also gave him his color palette. I really do like his color palette. I think the gray works really well with the purple suit and the blue shirt underneath. I also gave him his eyes, and I gave him the same circle I did for the other two. And instead of doing a rose or earth dolls, I gave him piano keys instead, since he plays music within the show. The last person on our list for the men in this anime is Giordo, which is the crown prince in the story, My Next Life as a Villainess. He was the least favorite character among the two of us. We just thought that he was basically a generic prince, and he doesn't always listens to other people's thoughts and opinions. He kind of just goes for it and then deals with the consequences later, which we don't really appreciate when we were watching it. He is a decent character compared to some of the other princes that you see in typical animes about villainesses and stuff like that. So he's a pretty nice guy, especially in the newer version compared to the old version of the story. But overall, both of us didn't really too care for him. His color palette was pretty easy to follow though, which I'm glad about. It was basically white with a little purple, and of course he's the typical blonde hair, blue eyes. And then for the circle, I decided to give him flame since he's very much into his power and a crown.